I didn't realize the music I had playing was muted. Oh well. Anyway, I think I'm all set. Welcome. Welcome to the Island Lingo bracket. I will not be explaining that. I assume you know what Island Lingo is. I assume you know what happens in Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Here I've compiled all of the Island Lingo I've added to my island to determine which one is the funniest. And let's get in with that as soon as I hit the button that lets me do that. Hey guys! Here's a quick preview of what we got. Pay attention. Very important. I have 256 because that was the maximum this allowed. Alright. Let me configure with the music. Hope it's not too loud. I'm gonna turn it down a bit. We're gonna go right here. Alright, first off, biblically accurate angel versus GameCube controller. I'm gonna go pretty quick with this. Oh, I gotta start it. Here we are. Alright. GameCube controller will be the winner of that. Really cool helicopter versus Wawacat. Wawacat wins. J-Schlatt versus Gamer. Alright, shitting absolute bricks or wake up, 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 wake up. Alright, John Pork wins this. Markiplier versus Mr. Frog. I think Markiplier wins this. This is the closest it's been so far. I don't want Mr. Frog to lose in the first round, man. That sucks. Alright, we got the Long Day Factory versus a pirate. I think the Long Day Factory wins this. I miss my wife Tails and saving the game. Let's see. This one's also a bit of a... Yeah. I think I miss my wife Tails to advance more than saving the game, but saving the game is one of the funniest ones I have on my island, because, like, whenever someone says it, I just save the game. It's that simple. Alright, let's go. Kirby Air Riders versus Spider-Man. Spider-Man wins. Super fucking awesome bug is fucking awesome. It's totally beating Arsenic. You're taking too long versus the humble Samsung Smart Fridge. I think we all know the winner there. Dick Nips versus Lithium. Lithium wins so it can avenge Arsenic. The number 6 versus Leroy Jenkins. Damn. Damn. Hmm. Really bad time to not have anyone live watching right now. We'll come back to this one. All toasters toast toast easily trumps Home Depot. I want the Green Ninja to win more than methamphetamine. Hell yeah, brother. Piece of shit versus the youngest person ever. I vastly prefer a really big sandwich over hand grenade. It's a really big sandwich. You gotta love it. Ooh. That's another one I want to come back to. Evil Wizard beats Quentin Tarantino, though. Kirby Automaton versus Bowler Hat Guy. Ooh. I could go either way on this one. We'll come back to this one. Chronic Gambler versus Green Bird. Parentheses, I don't know why it's green. I mean, come on. It's a green bird. Don't know why it's green, though. Best Buy, Rizmaster. Rizmaster wins. Wait. $19 Fortnite card versus Bubsy. We'll come back to it. I think Squidward Tentacles wins over the internet. Weird Route beats Hot Ass Bitch. Damn it. That's another one I want to come back to. Operate. That's supposed to say operating. Whoopsie. Minor spelling mistake, it loses. Having the Smash Brothers roster versus modding a Nintendo 3DS. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Eee. I mean, on the one hand, a mod in Nintendo 3DS is awesome, and it's surprisingly easy to do. But compared to a lucrative YouTube topic, yeah, no, putting into words, modding a Nintendo 3DS wins. Modding a Nintendo 3DS wins. The Industrial Revolution, I wanted that to win over President of Pee Pee Poo Poo, that one's stupid. Alright, Popeye's Chicken... Steam is obviously better than a Popeye's Chicken Sandwich, but is it funnier? E. Let's see, who is... I am only choosing it because this is going to be funny. That's funny. A Penis Explosion Chamber wins. Same reason. The Bible versus an iPhone 14. It's funny when people bring up the Bible in Tomodachi Life. Red Dead Redemption 2. Sega Dreamcast wins. I want it to win. Satan is really funny, though. The ones I've gotten with Satan are really funny. Like, I would love it if Radical Highway would win this one, but nah, Satan's really funny. WD Gaster beats Ligma Balls. Cloudstripe beats Gobbledygook. Flintstones Gummies versus That Actually Is Pretty Funny. The line from that one Joker thing, I don't really know much about it, but it is funny. It is funny. He gets the win. Funko Pop versus Freddy Fazbear. I mean, come on. Ness versus the entirety of One Piece. I'll come back to that one. Obviously, Colon 3 beats a Scalper. I should... Damn. Damn. This one's really funny, though. It is really funny when they bring up piss. Damn. It's also funny when... piss is funnier. Zuiwama beats out Burger King. The PS2. We balance for it. I don't really want Cooner to win that one. Miserable fucking win this one, though. Man behind the slaughter is... They killed Greg carefully or something. Jorking it is funnier than bisexual. And so is for our video essay over public executions. The Nostalgia Critic. I'm gonna let that one win over public executions. Canada versus Buc-ee's. Canada gets to win that one. Demolishing a data center is obviously better than bombs because you use bombs. I already did that one. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Young Sheldon versus... Young Sheldon wins over Raising Cane's. Lung cancer versus Silly Goober. That's another one I'll come back to. Same with the Los Angeles Lakers versus the metric system. We play Reed's really good chef, though. What about Wee Zapper? Glorp's gotta win that one. Ping us. Damn it! Damn it. Fuck. Alright, I did not need to explain why Hatsune Miku would win this, but like, ooh, my super evil plan, wahahaha, that is up there as just like one of the funniest ones I got. Yeah. It's tough, but I want my super evil plan, wahahaha, to win. I want that in like the close to the finals. It's easily trouncing whichever one. Flurry, I guess. Hideo Kojima versus Mario Kart Double Dash. Cool Stick versus I Bought Fucking Soap. I think Cool Stick wins this one. Obviously, We're Gonna Fucking Kill You beats a magician. Ooh. I think I have more... Being woke and gay has more funny potential than Place Japan. Anyway, Gambling beats out Toadsworth. And Lost Media beats out a Discord server. Damn it. I think I really like spooky ghosts, but like I love I'm Pissing on the Moon, bro. I love it. We're gonna come back to that one. Beats out Avatar: The Last Airbender. That one's funnier in conversation. So is Drunk Driver over Weeb. TV, that is exclusively for Tenna. Tenna's on my island. Like, anytime he wants to make friends or someone wants to make friends with him, that is the topic. There is no other topic they talk about. Lubba versus This Time I'm Gonna Do It. More funny potential. Sorry. Same with Killing a Man in Cold Blood over Idaho. And Industry Plant over Shipping Container. I don't really care for either of these. Nuzlocke wins, though. Jeff the Killer versus Family Guy clips. If I wrote it down as Family Guy funnies when I made the Island Lingo, it would probably win, but no, Jeff the Killer wins this. Bastard versus doing a sick backflip. Obviously. Who doesn't love doing a sick backflip? Who doesn't love pirating movies? The lemonade that kills you. I wish there was enough room for Panera. 9/11 beats out Furry. Squid Games versus 2006 Honda Civic. Which one of these overplayed jokes is funnier? It's the Honda Civic. That one's the funnier one. Ooh, I don't want Breadbug to lose to Morgan Freeman. Breadbug has to lose, though. It's Morgan Freeman with True Image. Backward lawn jumping beats Blue Sky.app. Super Awesome Fighter Jet. More fun than the Tetris 99. Flint Lockwood. It removed the... Damn it. It removed the spacing. That sucks. That sucks, dude. Anyway, despite who I am, it's the original Star Walker, dude. I love the original Star Walker. I also love I Remember Your Genocides, especially over Twitter.com. Both of these are really funny to have, like, in mid-conversation. Which one's funnier, though? I'll come back to it. Moonchild's got to win against Fruit Loops Toucan. I didn't even remember his name. A Dubious Creature versus Wily Coyote. I want that one to win. Fucking dies mid-sentence. Fuck-ass Wasp versus the Prowler. I like that one more. Same with Mario Party Star Rush. Mario Party Star Rush is awesome. Batman versus Cinephile. It's Batman. Toaster Oven versus the phrase Aced. Holy shit, bro, over Fortnite. Fortnite's funnier. I love Spanton, bro. Homer Simpson versus a normal-ass skeleton. Socialism. And 7 Granddad. Appendicitis is better than Silly Straws. And Moonview Highway is better than the L button. Arson over Forklift. Switch around to Blue Jays. Goku's gotta win that one. YouTuber versus B-Movie 2007. This one's... I like that I added the... Wolfie VGC versus Philip C. Philip CI wins this. The JFK assassination is like one of the funniest ones I got. That one's going into like the quarterfinals. Monkey D. Luffy, yeah, that counts as Minecraft Creeper. Dolphin Emulator, it's funny to have that into a Nintendo game. Adol Griffin. Oh wait, not smoking weed though. I like that one. It can beat. The after party's fucking awesome, bro. Flipperses are fucking awesome, bro. I'm going to Parallel Park. The copper wire Among Us I have on my desk for reference. And Story of Undertale for reference, look it up. This looks better. The phrase, "it's green for an amazing reason," minus the S that it couldn't fit in. Or the entirety of Pokemon Emerald, which is also green. Miner's misspelling mistake, this one wins. Baseball beats Darkner. Looking sick as fuck is like the opposite of playing League of Legends. Damn. I love Super Bell Subway, but very tasty pastry. That's one of my favorite ones. Uma Musume wins over I Don't Know Bro. 6-7 beats Ninja. Your internalized horrors, I think that goes over EV Guy. Dude, I love the kid I kicked in the shin. That was one of my favorites. The Lemon Man, parentheses real, versus Big Man. The Lemon Man. Costco Hot Dog. And Pipe Bomb versus Taco Bell. What's the difference? Oh. Pipe Bomb wins. I love the word dingus. It's one of my favorite words ever. Alright, Embezzlement. That loses to Nintendo 3DS. And Moist Critical beats out Nicolas Cage. Alright, what were the ones I skipped over? Alright, Gun versus Rule 34. Damn it. Alright. Benefits of gun. Is it funnier for them to bring up a gun or porn? This is the one I'm most conflicted about for the ones we skipped over, so that's gonna be the last one we talk about. Yeah, I think I'm Pissing on the Moon is gonna win this. What about the Los Angeles Lakers? Yeah, then the metric system wins that one. And lung cancer, yeah, lung cancer wins. Nothing quite like lung cancer in my video game. Ness versus one. I have Luffy in this, who I think won. I'd rather have Luffy over One Piece, so Ness wins that. Zora Mamdani versus a Bulborb. Bulborb wins this. I like Bulborbs. I think Bubsy wins out. Bubsy's got more going on with him. Kirby Autonomous Bowler Haikai wins this. Come on. That's the same reasoning I'm using for Bubsy winning that. The number 6 versus Leroy Jenkins. You can change... I changed the pronunciation to Leroy Jenkins, the funny way to do it. So that wins. That's my reasoning. And I think that is it. We go all the way down. That's not useful to me. Alright, gun versus Rule 34. Coin flip. I don't know if that was crapped over, but Tails won. And frankly, I'm fine with that. Just... I need to see... Okay, it was in. Alright, now to the... How many rounds we got? Round 2, round 3. Quarterfinal. Round 2. Round 6 is the quarterfinals. Alright, round 2. GameCube controller versus Wallacat. I think Wallacat wins this one. I know, the people are just really funny to me. Over, like, the phrases. John Pork versus Markiplier. Yeah, Markiplier wins that. I miss my wife Tails. The Long Day Factory is one of the weaker ones. Ooh. I mean, if you think about it, Spider-Man is a super fucking awesome bug. You're taking too long, it's going over lithium. Leroy Jenkins probably wins over all Toasters Toast Toast. The Green Ninja versus the youngest person ever. The youngest person ever is really funny, dude. Really Big Sandwich versus Buck Bumble. Really Big Sandwich wins that. Evil Wizard versus... Evil Wizard wins that. Rizmaster wins over Green Bird. Parentheses, I don't know why it's green. I'm gonna let Bubsy win over Squidward. The Weird Route versus a Bulborb. Bulborb wins this. Yeah, modding a Nintendo 3DS beats Socket Wrench. The Industrial Revolution over Steam. I love Steam, dude. I mean, it's in the name. Of course this wins. Of course it fucking wins. The Bible versus the Sega Dreamcast. I mean, come on. Which one's cooler? Satan versus... We're on a fucking roll, dude. Is it funnier? Which one is funnier for them to bring up? I think Satan wins over Gaster. Alright, Cloud Stripe wins this. So does Freddy Fazbear over Ness. Colon 3's gotta be pissed, dude. Same with the PS2 over Zooey Mama. You just can't compete. The Wii Balance Board versus a Miserable Fuck. Miserable Fuck wins that. Jorking it. That one's funnier. I'm gonna go with 4-hour video essay over the Nostalgia Critic. All my homies love demolishing a data center. Young Sheldon. Metric Systems beating Wii Play. Glorp versus Pingus. Damn. I love Glurp, dude. I also love Pingus, dude. Come back to that one. My super evil plan, wahaha, beats out Tumblery. Mario Kart Double Dash beats out Cool Stick. That's another one I gotta come back to. Lost Media beats out Gambling. Funnier phrase. One me is carrying TV to the end. One me. One singular me. This time I'm gonna do it. Interestingly, Plant beats out Nuzlocke. I mean, probably doing a sick backflip probably defeats Jeff the Killer in like something. The lemonade that killed you. 911 versus the 2006 Honda Civic. We all know who wins this one. Same with that one. Super awesome fighter jet. I think that beats up Lockwood. I love the original Star Walker, dude. If the name rendered correctly, that would be awesome. Let's see if I can fix that. Hold on. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to change that to underscores. Alright. Alright, Rule 34, I think that beats out Moonchild. I want to see more instances of fucking dies mid-sentence. That one's more recent, but like, it's gotta have a lot of funny potential. Then with Mario Party Star Rush. Mario Party Star Rush is awesome. Batman beats out Based. And Spamton, Spamton beats out Fortnite. Homer Simpson, it's Homer Simpson, it's really funny. So is 7 Granddad. I gotta let Arson win this one, dude. I love all the Mario Kart tracks they added. Those ones are really funny to me, but like, it's Arson, man. That one's one of the funniest activities I got in the game. Wait, hold on. What did it Anyway, Goku beats the Toronto Blue Jays easily. I'm gonna let Philip CDI win this one. And Luffy gets eliminated because it's the JFK assassination, man. With smoking weed and Flipperus. I'm going to Parallel Park, beats out one thing that's just on my desk. I'd rather play Wii Baseball than Pokemon Emerald. Very tasty pastry. I could go for a very tasty pastry right now, and obviously 6-7 wins that. The Kid I Kicked in the Shin wins over your internalized horrors, and Costco Hot Dog will beat out the Lemon Man parentheses real. Pipe Bomb's gotta win that one. And West Critical beats Nintendo 3DS. Right, for the ones we skipped over. Hold on. Looking in the wrong place. We're gonna fucking kill you versus being woke and gay. That one's a good. Damn it! No wonder I skipped over those. Is there any other ones that I no. I think We're Gonna Fucking Kill You is gonna win that one. Glorp versus Pingus. Let me visualize this. I fucking love Glorp. No, that's not what I want to do. Oh my god, I want the open image in new tab. Thank god. There we are. Glorp. Off center. Damn. Damn. Glorp wins over Pingus. The more I stared at Glorp and thought about Pingus. The sound. Alright, on to round 3. Things are getting really heated versus Wallacat versus J-Slab, which Wallacat wins. Let's see. Markiplier versus I Miss My Wife Tails. I think that one's gonna win. Super fucking awesome Bug wins. So does the youngest person ever. Really Big Sandwich versus Evil Wizard. I think Evil Wizard wins this. Anyway, the Riz Master wins out against Bubsy. And modding a Nintendo 3DS beats Bulborb. Steam versus the Penis Explosion Chamber. Probably Steam powered. Zane wins. Zane beats Sega Dreamcast. In a similar vein, Freddy Fazbear beats out Cloud Strife. Colon 3 versus the PlayStation 2. Yeah. It's Colon 3, man. Can't beat Colon 3. Maybe Jorkin it. Four-hour video essay. You can watch 4-hour video essays about destroying data centers. Consider. The metric system, I think that beats out Young Sheldon. And I fought for glory. Oh, but my super evil plan. Wahahaha. Hmm. Damn it. Hold on. I fought hard for Glorpin. It's just gonna lose to my super evil plan. Wahahaha. In the same vein, we're gonna fucking kill you. Beats out Mario Kart Double Dash. Lost Media versus I'm Pissing on the Moon. Lost Media. That one wins. I think TV's over. I think TV time's over. Industry Plant versus doing a sick backflip. Obviously. The Lemonade That Kills You versus 9/11. Why was that even a consideration? Of course 9/11 wins. Same vein, Morgan Freeman True Image. Damn! I think this is where the original Star Walker falters. Rule 34's gotta win that. Same vein as Mario Party Star Rush. Things I like are just... don't compare to things that are just funny to say. Funny for your me's in an E-rated game to say. I think it's E-rated. Or E10 plus, whatever. Spamton beats out Batman. And Homer Simpson beats out 7 Granddad. Goku versus Arson. That one I want to come back to. JFK Assassination beats out the Philips CDI. And Smoking Weed beats Flippers. Again, the niche things that I like, niche, considering original Star Walker, that's totally niche. Anyways, things that I like are nothing compared to just things that are funny to talk about with me's in an E-rated game made by Nintendo. I'm going to Parallel Park over Wii Baseball. I think Wii Baseball wins that one. I gotta take out 6-7, dude. It's very tasty pastry, man. I love very tasty pastry. Arson versus Goku. Let's see. Goku wins. Round 4 time! Wawacat beats out I Miss My Wife Tails. Wawacat's on a fucking roll, dude. Super fucking awesome bug beats out the youngest person ever. Evil Wizard versus Riz Master. The Penis Explosion Chamber's gonna win that one. Satan versus Freddy Fazbear. Satan's funnier. I can't let colon 3 lose to jorking it, dude. The metric system is going to beat out the 4-hour video essay. Damn it. Hold on, I got a solution. Wait. We are gonna go to the humble Nintendo Switch. Let's see if I can find these videos. Got that compared to it might not be on here. I might have just recorded it off rip. Oh well, no evidence. My super evil plan, wahahaha, wins. Lost media versus... This time I'm gonna do it. It's gonna win. Same reason 9/11 is winning. Damn. I think Morgan Freeman's True Image has got to win this one. It's Morgan Freeman True Image. Same with Spamton. Homer Simpson versus Goku. Obviously, Goku wins in a fight. Or does he? Or does he? Let's see if someone... What does guy on Reddit 9 years ago think? Okay, this is a battle of who is stupider. Yeah, I think Goku wins. JFK assassination, yeah, I've got more things, like more pictures of the JFK assassination than smoking weed being funny in Tomodachi Life. And very tasty pastry is just really funny. I love very tasty pastry. Wait a minute. I missed these two. Anyway, the kid I kicked in the shin wins that one. Pipe Bomb beats Moist Critical. And the kid I kicked in the shin beats Pipe Bomb. I said the kid I kicked in the shin beats Pipe Bomb. Round... what round are we at? Round 5. I think this is where Wawacat loses steam. Super fucking awesome bug is super fucking awesome. Phoenix Explosion Chamber wins. Satan versus Colon 3. Colon 3 has just been winning based off of vibes. Satan's winning based off of it being funny in Tomodachi Life. Hold on. I gotta pull this up. Dude. My fucking pause button isn't working. I gotta actually go to the... Let's filter that again. Here's the JFK assassination one. This one?
My name is Among Us, and if it weren't for Satan, I'd be lost in the darkness.
It's one of my favorite videos I've recorded. One of my favorites. Which is why Satan won. Anywho, all set. My super evil plan beats out the metric system. And 9/11 wins. This time I'm gonna do it's really good, but it's 9/11, man. Why am I hyping up 9/11? Ooh, which one of these titans falls? Falls and plunges into the horrific fiery pits of hell. Morgan Freeman True Image is gonna win. And the JFK assassination is gonna beat Goku. Very tasty pastry versus the kid I kicked in the shin. I think, yeah, this one wins. Most of these are just winning just like based on how funny they are to bring up in casual conversation. Alright, I'm gonna head to the bathroom before we enter the quarterfinals. Have fun with this song. Hey, I'm back. just in time for the semifinals of quarterfinals of all time. We are going against Super Fucking Awesome Bug versus Penis Explosion Chamber. I gotta go with Super Fucking Awesome Bug. I love Super Fucking Awesome Bug. Alright, Satan versus my super evil plan, mwahahaha. I think based on the clips I've shown to prove my points with Satan and my super evil plan, mwahaha, Satan's the funnier one. 9/11 for... I gotta show off the 9/11 video, dude. I gotta show that one off. Go back to the Nintendo Switch. This one's more recent. I don't think I gotta filter it. This one. No, it's not. That's not it either. I was wrong. I need to filter it. Here we are.
Morning, Casey. Do you feel like talking about? No.
I mean, I did spoil the punchline, but still. That is one of my favorites. Alright, back at it. Back at it. The JFK assassination versus the kid I kicked in the shin. I think I'm gonna let JFK assassination win this one. And that is the quarterfinals. On to the semifinals. Super Fucking Awesome Bug versus Satan. Super Fucking Awesome Bug wins. That might win the entire thing. That might win to... What we got down here, though? All the way down here. 9/11 versus the JFK assassination. Which American tragedy is funnier? "9/11. And the moment you've been waiting for. Hold on. Nah, I give up on... This works enough. This works enough. Who wins the Island Lingo bracket? Super Fucking Awesome Bug or 9/11? Only one can win. That's the wrong button. I have made up my mind.